Hi, I'm Trish, and I do feel like I need to say that this time because I haven't made a video for so long, you've probably forgotten who I am. I haven't made a video for a while because I've been going through some really tough shit, like band weight loss wise. Um, I didn't want to talk about it, but I've spoken to a dietitian today. That was a surprise for me. And I just got out all the crazy shit I've been thinking about and spoke to her about quite a few things, and I feel a lot better now. I feel supported in a professional way. Um, what it boils down to is I had my oh, and I've also been reluctant to talk about this because I didn't want people to look at what I've been doing and go, well, she's having great success, I'm going to do that too. Please don't do that. What I've been doing is my eating has been so disordered and so unhealthy. I'm I guess like a temporary eating disorder. I don't know. I don't know. But I've certainly been very obsessive lately in a very unhealthy way. What it boils down to is I had my lap band revision surgery last June, and then because I didn't know, because no one told me, I didn't know that I was able to go to the clinic every 2 weeks until I got the correct fill in my lap band again. So I was only going every 6 to 8 weeks. So didn't um, get any semblance of restriction um, or like any sort of lap band wise help with hunger until the end of December, and it's 20th of February now. So I've really only had about 7 weeks of restriction again. In that time between June and December, when I was just hungry 24 hours a day, I could have a proper, like not even a lap band size meal. I'm talking about, like a proper normal person plate full of food. And even as I was taking the last mouthful, and I could eat it as fast as I wanted, and I could get it all in. Even as I was taking that last mouthful, I was still hungry, and then I would just be so hungry, and I would for those 6 months it was awful because it was all I could think about was food. What can I eat? When can I eat? How much of it can I eat? How many times a day can I eat? I just wanted to eat like non-stop all day. So I did gain quite a lot of weight. I gained 15 kilos. And I was just going crazy because, I've got to have this abdominoplasty surgery done, and if my BMI is over 30, they won't do it. And then I got notification that the surgeon has to do a review. So that gave me, like a time limit to lose the weight, and I just flipped my shit, absolutely flipped my shit. It was at the beginning of January, end of December, beginning of January, and I thought I've got to put, and I finally had some restriction then. Wasn't perfect. I've actually been going to the clinic every 2 weeks since the end of December, since I found out that I can. So I've been getting, fill, and my lap band is very, very sensitive, so I can only get very small fills at a time. I went in today. I was in 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I had 0.1 mil of a fill because I felt like I was very close to having good restriction. I was just still a bit hungry, so I got the extra 0.1, and then went back today and had that 0.1 taken out because I had a bit of reflux. It was just too much restriction. I was up until last week when I started to fast. Another story. I was vomiting almost every meal. It was becoming near impossible to eat. So I got that 0.1 taken out, which means I will be a little bit hungrier, but I'm not going to be in pain every single time I eat. So the beginning of January, I just completely flipped out. I thought I've got to get this 15 kilos off, or I'm not going to get my surgery because the government's got all these criteria that you have to fulfill. So I spoke to surgeon at the clinic and said, "Is it okay?" Because like suddenly my hunger was restricted, and I wasn't feeling like eating 24 hours a day. And I said, "Is it? I'm not that hungry anymore. Is it alright if I only eat 2 small meals a day, or even only 1 small meal a day? If that's all I feel like." Because that was all I felt like. I only felt like dinner, and I was just eating this tiny little bowl, like so it holds a half a cup, right? And that's if you fill it to the top. So I was just having 1 meal a day, just that teeny tiny little 1 cup, and it was probably only holding 200 to 250 calories. And I have 1 or 2 cups of tea with a little bit of milk, some diet cordial. There's about another 40 calories for the day. But in my head, in my brain, that has always wanted an eating disorder, but never been able to do it. I gave anorexia a really red hot shot when I was younger, because it's a solution. It's a solution to obesity, and you just you do all the diets, and you go a bit crazy. I was never able to do it when I was younger, because I like eating too much. My body has a very strong drive to eat, but you get a, and I gave bulimia a red hot shot, but that didn't work because I couldn't vomit on demand. I can now. So, essentially, they've given me a lap band, which is a great tool for weight loss and, portion control and eating slowly and everything. But it's also, and I don't want anyone to go out and do this. This is what I'm talking about. I don't want people to do this. Give a person like me a lap band. That is a tool I need to be able to eat only one very small meal a day. It's the tool that enables me, if I get it restricted enough, to be able to vomit up every meal that I eat. And you get that in your head. You think, this is a solution. I can eat. I can just shove this food in, because I'm just going to vomit it up. I was never able to do that before. With a lap band, I can. And those things, when you are so desperate to lose weight that you've gained again, even though you have a fucking lap band that was supposed to stop the yo-yo dieting, it's a solution when you become very, very obsessed. And I was becoming so obsessed that I thought, I can't just eat 1 meal a day. That's not very sensible. I know I'll just eat 2 meals a day, and I'll have 400 calories a day, or 600 calories a day. And I did that for 4 or 5 weeks, and I was getting faint. I was getting dizzy. I had no energy to do anything at the gym. I was tired. I was just really, really unwell. But in my head, and I lost weight. I did. I lost weight. I lost about 10 kilos in that month. It worked for me. It was successful for me, but it was not healthy. It was not the right thing to do. But I just felt so trapped into this deadline to lose the weight and get back to a BMI of under 30 so that I can have this surgery that I've worked so hard for. So then about 2 weeks ago, I think, it was leading up to my birthday, I'd started to regain weight. Even on like 600 calories a day, I started to regain weight. And I was going absolutely crazy. I'm thinking, I don't know what to do. I was so stressed. And my breaking point was I was counting calories, and I was calculating not just calories every day, but carbs, grams of carbs and grams of protein and grams of fat, and looking up low carb, high fat stuff and trying to tweak everything so that my carbs were as low as possible, and my protein was, I was calculating exactly how much protein I needed and the ratio of exactly how much fat I needed, and I was going crazy with this. And then I was having less than 10 grams of carbs per day, and that is including fruit and veggies, which are like good carbs. So I was just having just about no carbs. And then I got up one morning, and I got on the scales again, and I gained weight again. And my daughter came into my room. She was staying here, and she came in, and I just stood there just crying. And I said, I've got to get this last 5 kilos off, and I'm gaining weight. I don't know what to do. Do I eat even less? Do I go down to like 200 or 300 calories a day, or do I increase my calories? Do I go up to 1400, 1600 calories a day? Do I exercise less? Do I exercise more? I don't know what to do. So then I was Googling stuff like how to get out of starvation mode. And that was saying, you've got to either eat less and exercise less, or eat more and exercise more, or whatever. And I just thought, oh my God, it's my birthday in a few days. I'm going to increase my calories up to 1400 a day, which I know I normally lose weight on 1400 calories a day. It's a really good calorie. I can normally eat up to 16 or 1800 calories a day and maintain, or even still lose a bit of weight. So I'll up them to 1400 a day, and I'm not going to worry about carbs or fat or protein or anything. I'm just going to count calories. I'll just do 1400 calories a day. So I did that for a few days, and I thought I'll get my birthday out of the way, And as soon as I upped my calories to 1400 calories a day, I was gaining half a kilo a day. My body was just holding on to absolutely everything I put into it, and I was panicking. I was going crazy. And I thought, I'm just going to get my birthday out of the way. I'm going to eat cake, and I'm going to have some champagne, low carb, low alcohol, low calorie champagne. I'm going to have some champagne, and I'm just going to relax. I'm just going to have a couple of days of eating, two days of eating without counting calories, and then I'm going to have to do Optifast for 2 weeks before I go and see the surgeon. That's the only thing that I know will work, and I do Optifast well. I'm very disciplined with Optifast. I like the structure, and I know it's like nutritionally perfect. I knew I'd be getting everything I needed. So even though it's still very, very low calorie, I knew that I would be getting what I needed. So, I had my birthday and then like a recovery day on Valentine's Day, and by the time I started on the Optifast, because I got down to about 89.2 kilos, and then just like it wouldn't have even been a week. By the time I started on Optifast, I was about 93 kilos or something, so I just regained phenomenal amounts of weight. So now I'm on Optifast until I see the surgeon, and hopefully I can knock off this weight, although it's really kind of sticking around because I starved my body for so long. I broke my body through just ridiculous restriction of food because I was so obsessed. And so, even with Optifast now, before I started, I like to be prepared. I like to have, I plan it out. I'll have shake in the morning, and then for lunch I'll have a big bowl of salad. Optifast says two cups of veggies each day. I have about 3 cups because I find that I lose weight better with more veggies. So yeah, I have a big salad at lunchtime, and then I have a bar, Optifast bar in the afternoon, and then for dinner I have I've made up a nice big pot of tomato and veggie soup. It's really yummy. And then I have an Optifast dessert about 8 o'clock or something. But I was so obsessed that like I made a salad, and all I put in it was spinach, onion, and mushrooms, and some like non-fat salad dressing, pepper and basil. And I didn't need it. I thought it needs something. It needs something red, something sweet and juicy. So I thought, well, I can put tomato in it. That'll be nice. And then I thought, then that the obsessive thoughts kick in, and I was thinking, can't have tomato. That's a fruit. Too many carbs. Can't have the fruits. And then I thought, well, I'd have red capsicum. Red capsicum's nice and sweet. And then I thought, I'll look up the carbs and the sugars and calories in both of them and see, which one's better. How ridiculous is that I'm quibbling over whether to have, and I'm talking about a quarter of a tomato. So I looked it all up. To my surprise, capsicum has a lot more carbs, more calories, blah, blah, blah. So, and I would prefer to have tomato anyway, to be quite honest. So, put my quarter tomato in my salad, oh my God. But, just that thought process. And then even before I made this tomato and veggie soup, I thought, I've got to put tomatoes in that. Is that going to be too much? And I've got to put capsicum in it as well. And I thought, do I put carrots in or not? Because carrots are a root veggie. Root veggies have got, higher sugars in them than other veggies and whatever. And then I did a deal with myself, for my gigantic pot of soup, I'll just put in 2 carrots. That'll be okay. Ridiculous. This is what goes on in my head. I will always, no matter what I weigh, I will always be in my head that really, really, really fat girl who is so desperate to not gain any more weight and just so desperate to just keep losing weight. It becomes like it's addictive, and then you just get so obsessed and so frightened of eating anything that could make you gain weight, sugars, carbs, and it becomes all you think about. And I really, over the last, I feel like I'm okay now. Yeah, I went to my clinic appointment and saw the surgeon. She took 0.1 mils out, and then I was just talking to her, just saying, like, I'm just going crazy with this. I don't know what to eat. I'm doing Optifast. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if I'm being too obsessive. I don't know if I'm being too obsessive. I think I am. But, so I was talking to her about those things, and she said, oh, look, I'll go and see if the dietitian can fit you in. I'm like, what? There's a dietitian here that I can see? Because I've gone public. When I first went into the Alfred, they gave me an appointment with a dietitian, one appointment to talk about Optifast. And at that appointment, I was told this is the only time you get to see a dietitian. It's all we've got in our program. But they've changed that now, and they have a dietitian there at the clinics if you need to see them. And I do. And I have seen a dietitian a couple of other times through my GP, but they weren't a lap band dietitian. You really need to see a lap band dietitian, because any other dietitian you see, you say to them, oh, like, I like to go low carb. And they go, oh, no, you have to have carbs. No, you don't. And you say things like, oh, I don't eat breakfast. I eat when I get hungry. I get hungry about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And they say, oh, no, you have to have breakfast. No, you don't. So anyway, I saw this dietitian today. She was just wonderful. She was able to give me a straight answer as to how many carbs I need to eat in a day. She couldn't tell me in grams, because she doesn't work in grams like the carbs, but she told me 3 serves of carbs. When I'm maintaining is fine, so I can work with that. And apparently, for the last 4 years that I've been lap banded, I have not been eating enough protein in my meals. She said I need to have 150 grams of lean protein 3 times a day. And I said to her, for 4 years, I've never eaten more than 100 to 125 grams of protein in a meal. No one told me that. No one told me. So anyway, I'll be seeing her again in another 2 weeks. She was just lovely. She just listened to all my story, all my shit, all my worries, all my obsessions, and she, she talked me down. She was really nice. She wasn't judgmental. She got where I was coming from. So I feel so relieved. I feel so relaxed that I feel like I'm doing the right thing now, and that I have some professional support behind me to get me there. And as she said to me, Optifast isn't a long-term solution. This is only for now to get me to where I need to be. And I said to her, if I see the surgeon and he said, look, this surgery's going to happen in a month, I said to her, I'll stay on Optifast for that extra month just to make sure that I keep my weight down. She said, yes, that's fine. But, after that, and she said if I'm doing Optifast much longer than about another week, that I should replace an Optifast meal with a protein meal. So, just throw out the dessert one at night and have, 150 grams, not 100 grams, 150 grams of lean chicken with my veggies. So, I just feel a lot better now, but, for the last 7 weeks I've been feeling pretty shit. I've been really, really fucked up in my head. But, I know I'm not the only one who goes through that. Didn't want to talk about it today. I actually did try to make a video a couple of times, but, as I said, I didn't want people to do what I'm doing, and I know people do look up to me. If you want to look up to me in any respect regarding this, it's that I've just been honest about it, and I'm telling you what I've gone through, because I know other people will go through this as well. And go and see a dietitian, a good lap band one. That's all you need. So that's it for now. Sorry this is such a long video, but I haven't made one for a long time, and I'll make another one after this as well. That's all. That must have been a pretty face. My lap band's hurting me. So that's it. I'll update you again probably after I see the surgeon for the review, or not. If it goes badly, you will just probably never hear from me again, because I'll be curled up in my bed in the fetal position, crying for the rest of my life. That's all. yeah, just, stay tuned because there'll be another video after this if I can make it.